This is a bit frustrating, but it's time to talk about God of War Ragnarok. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. So today, they randomly released a couple additional seconds of gameplay for God of War Ragnarok, showing a bit of a completely new zone, some new gameplay mechanics, and some additional bits about this universe. And honestly, I'm still just a bit confused because my most hyped game in all of 2022 has got to be God of War Ragnarok. And yet, instead of having PlayStation come out and do a giant presentation with 20 minutes of raw gameplay, give us the introduction, give us the setting, give us more deliciousness, it feels like they're being so overly secretive for a game that, keep in mind, is coming out in a couple weeks. Well, today, they dropped about 90 seconds of new gameplay, and we're going to watch it here, but still, you know what, actually, let's begin by taking a look at it. So this is it here. It's actually released over on Game Informer. I've actually slowed the footage down here just a tiny bit, simply because the video is so short. Now, this is one of the interesting things they've actually pointed out during this trailer, is that we're kind of used to the snowy lands of Midgard. You know, we're sort of used to the idea of, like, constantly frozen over lakes and snowfall. This is from one of the more warm temperature areas. So as you can see, in these zones, you're actually going to be able to easily row down rivers. Now, this is the main new thing. This is the trailer. It's actually named after this location called Startafelm. Now, this place apparently is going to be the Dwarven city. So in the land of dwarves, they obviously have technology, at least in some sort of capacity. They actually have, you know, steam engines, they've got buildings, they've got different contraptions and stuff. Now, let's just pause for a second. Graphically, this game is extremely impressive. I'm sure my compression, the way I edit videos and stuff, it's going to downscale this a tiny bit. But even looking at a singular screenshot, holy heck, the detail on his axe, the chains around his wrists, all the tiny little like scuffs and dings on his armor. You can see the Blade of Chaos here, and obviously the axe, the Leviathan axe. God, that looks gorgeous. But oh, look at these little birds. Look at this water wheel. So yeah, this is definitely the Dwarven city. It is, man, look at the individual wrinkles on the back of freaking Kratos' head. This is extremely cool, but still, I wish we had a bit more of it. These like tiny sweeping shots. Okay, so here's the major new thing they wanted to show off today. They explained in the previous thing about how there's going to be magic attached to the individual weapons now. So right here, the axe is now elemental frost, which means you can use it for stuff like here. He's throwing the axe and it makes it frozen. It actually freezes this over to make a little tiny land bridge. Now, additionally, in the same trailer, they explained that there is a fire ability attached to the Blades of Chaos. So here, he's using the fire ability to yank this engine to make it go super thermonuclear and turn on this water wheel. So pretty great. They've also said there's going to be additional commands for other weapons we might get, or even Atreus. Obviously, you're going to be able to command Atreus to use his own abilities, but as it stands, I do think this looks very, very good. Dwarven ingenuity. This is cool, but right there is all the gameplay we got. That's it. We're back to the original clip showing the fact that there is going to be the 9 realms of Midgard. There's a little dwarf guy running off there. That's it. This is the entirety of it. Now, I have noticed a tremendous amount of people very, very confused, myself included, about why they aren't showing this more and why it is that this is on the Game Informer YouTube channel. Well, I can definitely explain that. I have a theory that Game Informer purchased this footage, so to speak, in that obviously one of the biggest retail distributors of physical video games here in the United States is GameStop. GameStop owns Game Informer, so I have the feeling since GameStop has been kind of in the pits when it comes to profit margins, I bet they made some sort of marketing deal where they said, okay, let us reveal the game, let us show a bunch of combat and gameplay and exclusives, and it'll help sell more copies of the game itself. But gosh, even seeing this, I'm so confused why we're not seeing more. And graphically, I do think this game looks fantastic. I do know that there was a bit of concern because this game is cross-gen. It's going to exist on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5, but I feel like anybody with that specific fear, this should put your mind at ease. I think graphically at least, the game is utterly spectacular. Like, the amount of photorealism, and we do have to keep in mind, a lot of times trailer footage can be a bit misleading simply because, well, obviously a lot of times it's like pre-alpha footage or beta footage. It's almost like technical tests. This is the release version of the game. Obviously, it's coming out here in November 9th, so, I mean, it's pretty obvious that this is the Kratos and Atreus we're going to get. As excited as I am, though, and as much as I'm certainly going to play the heck out of this game, I've already pre-ordered the Mega Collector's Editions. I platinum a lot of games, so I'm definitely going to be platinuming this. I guess I'm still just in a spot where I'm wondering, should we be suspicious? I mean, I hate to be a negative Nancy, but how long can this game possibly be? Like, I imagine that if you have a game that's 15 or 20 hours long, you could easily show 20 minutes of it and it's not going to have any spoilers or something, right? I mean, that's what they did for games like Days Gone. They do that for Uncharted. They do that for, I don't know, Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima. I kind of hope that this game is long and fun and great. They did all sorts of long gameplay reveals for Horizon Forbidden West. I just cannot, as a gamer and as a fan, really imagine why they would show less gameplay. Like, it just does not seem in any way to be profitable or intelligent. Like, I hate to actually bag on Sony marketing here, but I feel like there are so many people trying to freeze frame individual bits of these tiny teases to actually find singular frames that are going to give us bigger hints as to the universe or the lore or what's going to happen to Kratos or Atreus in this game. I guess part of the frustration comes down to the fact that they did a 72-hour countdown up until this trailer, which is 90 seconds long. 45 seconds of this is actual, like, gameplay stuff. Half of this is just, like, environmental details and stuff like that. I'm appreciative for what we have, but I don't understand why we don't have more. Let us feast. At least do those cheesy developer things. You know, what Microsoft does all the time, where they have like 5 guys sitting at a table smelling their own farts, being like, the reason we made the best game ever is because Sea of Thieves is a masterpiece. You know, as much as those dev talks sometimes sort of grate me, I think they are important. I think they managed to convey the messaging, the tone, the pacing, honestly, the way the project is coming along. Man, at this point, I have seen more about God of War from leaks than I have almost officially. Obviously, the official stuff looks good because it's in 4K, but I guess I'm just stunned. What the heck are you doing? I'm going to buy this game. I'm going to beat this game. I'm going to review this game. I'm going to become Kratos and smoke it. I'm excited to beat it, to play it on hard, to actually see it. But as it stands, give me the reveals. Give me the gameplay. What is with the radio silence? I'm not saying I'm suspicious, but things are certainly a bit sus. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, though. Are you excited for God of War Ragnarok? And does this actually seem weird to you, or is it completely fine? Well, give me your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And also, do me the biggest favor of all, and keep dreaming. I kind of want to try and platinum God of War 2018 before this comes out. I guess I kind of got time, since I platinumed Last of Us 1 Remake in about 9 hours. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, you know, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.